Yo. But first I'm doing this got a little nervous. Hi. What's up? So, okay. I promised that we would be talking about spilling tea today, so like about the SAKS channel that just closed down. I'm doing this live stream right now. Not really sure if, hi, welcome, people are gonna stay, but just doing this right now just to clarify some things with you guys. A lot of you guys seem to be wondering how the owner of SAKS channels did not get, he did not get more than 90 days in jail for what he did. And I'm just here to like clarify that with you guys because it seemed to be like a big question mark. Like he should have got a sentence for life or complicated. Hi. So doing things to like minors, you know. If you haven't seen the name, my God, I'm so out of it right now. Just remember her name. It's usually not connected. How's that not connected? So I'm having problems here. This is the joy of live streaming, is that you can't cut out all that fun stuff. No, it's not, it's been around for a while. And I think you really need to be like on YouTube while it's happening, you know? Ah, there you go, now it's logged in. You really need to be on YouTube while it's happening. Okay, so SAKS channel, but YouTube. Okay, I need to explain to you because I feel like some of you probably don't know what the SAKS channel is. So like, I did not know what it was before. I'm too old, I guess. SAKS maybe? Ah, there you go. Okay, yeah, SAKS. Wasn't sure. Okay. Okay. Riley operates the YouTube umbrella SAKS, which encompasses several channels sharing vlogs starring young girls like 7 awesome kids, 7 perfect angels, 7 fabulous teens, 7 cool tweens, 7 fantastic girls, 7 twinkling teens. What the heck? Okay. I watched some of the clips from that. I just have to say, how did this get on the internet without having any alarm parent do anything about it? This is by far, like, it makes TikTok sound like not cringy. Like, it's the cringiest thing I've ever watched in my entire life. It is so creepy. Like, just everything that they have to do and the way they talk, I'm just like, what is that? It's like, it scares me. Like, I mean, there's no way that the guy who was like managing that was okay. Just, I can understand, I can see it for like young kids, okay, but it's still like, it's just weird. I just don't, I'm not from necessarily I'm not from the generation that, you know, today what younger kids do is they don't turn on like the TV and have like 6 channels, you know. They have like, and you know, one of them is like the TV shows that they like, and the other one is like the TV shows that they like in the language that they don't understand. You know, like I had Télé Québec, and then we had like CBC Kids, and that was like, and we had like CTV once in a while, like if we could just move the antenna to actually catch it. And you know, and now you have like all like those, you know, the boxes with the cable, and even today you have like Apple TV. So what kids do nowadays is they don't tune in like a channel, they actually just screen YouTube on their TV and watch YouTube like a TV show. So really, there's a lot of power there that is put in the hands of influencers in general, because it's, you can legit own a channel. Like, how about if like 10 years ago we go back in time, and 10 years ago I could have told you, oh, you can be like, you can be Sky Sports, you can be ET Entertainment, you can be CTV. Just like them, you can just air whatever you want. You would have been like, this is so cool, because it just seems so inaccessible at that time. Now everybody has a way to be on TV, basically. If you're in that crowd, obviously, I don't believe that in any Gen X or boomers are pretty much into that lately. Like, I haven't seen my parents do that. Parents are Gen X, so I haven't seen my parents do that. I haven't seen anyone really older than me do that. But I know that like the kids that I'm coaching, they're like, if I turn on like, oh, where's the remote, they go like, they hand me this, and they go, we just go on YouTube. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, that's sure, why not? Then they tune in like whatever channels they're watching, and they're used to watch like 10 minutes episodes. They watch YouTube Red if they want to skip commercials, but they'd rather watch something they can relate to. So I feel like I ask them about it a lot. So like I get kids to follow me mostly on Snapchat, and we actually found each other because I create lenses on Snap, and they found me on TikTok, so they go check out my lenses, and sometimes they come and ask me questions and all that fun stuff. And I actually asked like publicly, like, hey, if you used to watch this channel, tell me more about it, because like there's this crap going on, and you know, I didn't even know you could watch TV on YouTube. Like, so I feel old, but yeah. Anyways, so I actually do that now. It's actually, and I understand why they do it. It's actually more like, I'd rather listen to somebody I can actually relate to more than just getting my brain fed up with CNN crap. And, you know, when you talk about relevant content, it's like, oh, create relevant content. Okay, but define relevant content, you know what I mean? It's like, what is relevant to you might not be relevant to somebody else. So it's like, define relevant. Well, kids don't want to hear about the coronavirus, okay? They've heard enough about it. Like, they want something else to talk about. Just, you can't say, oh, what about doing relevant content? Yeah, okay, but if I do relevant, it's like what, talking about like world crisis and politics and economies. Like, no, nobody wants to hear about that. Just, I mean, maybe some people, but it might not be the place to, it's just very hard to be neutral when talking about stuff like that. So if everybody starts to do it, you're gonna get like biased crap around, and it's always very tricky. I may sound biased when I do it, but I actually never really gave an opinion. It's simply because I can't really have an opinion since I can't really vote, or like, so I just kind of look at politics from like both perspective, and I like to ask people their opinion because I like to see how they why they think. I like to know why they think a certain way. So but yeah, back to her channel. So the reason why Mr. Riley did not get charged with more than 90 days in jail is because the only proof that they found was, well, what the young girl said, and that probably everyone around testified. They called the police. They had like a lot of proof against it, but never actually had anything concrete. And the other thing is the FBI started to get on it, and they grabbed the bathing suits because they wanted to check fingerprints, and they actually found his fingerprints on the bathing suits. So that was like one major thing that I don't even think he would have gotten in jail if it wasn't for the FBI, that he actually found the fingerprints on the bathing suits. But unless there are really like concrete evidence, like a footage from a surveillance camera or anything like that, judges have to justify the sentence that they give a criminal, like they give to Riley from the SAKS channels. You need to justify why you give a criminal life in prison / why you're gonna have the taxpayers pay to put this guy in jail for the rest of his life. And it's actually dangerous as a judge. You're how do you say that, compromising your professionalism, your credibility, if you put someone in jail for life without actual concrete evidence. So putting the guy 90 days in jail, the judge did a little girl a huge favor just by doing that. Because first you go to jail, you have on your criminal record, it's went to jail / big criminal / you are on probation for 5 years. How do you want to get hired anywhere when you have a criminal record of child is it molestation? How do you say that? Sorry. Fob. Yeah, child molestation here. And I'm sorry, nobody's going to want to hire you the legal way. You want to go work with Mexicans. If you really seriously think that Maria is going to let you near her husband that could be near your kids with that record, hell no, never gonna happen. No Mexicans would let you around. This, like, they work, like, when you work together, I've worked with really like Mexicans, like Hispanic like barely spoke English, and it's like you're like a family, like you help out each other when you go to work, but even after work is like we would meet on the weekends and stuff. Like, we were friends, like we were always helping out each other. So you need to be the kind of person that can be part of a family if you're gonna like work with them, and they don't want you around their kids ever. So that wouldn't work. So what's the only other way to actually make a living, to not be homeless, is to work illegally, right? If you work illegally and make money somehow, I mean, if you don't work with Hispanics, I don't know where you're gonna work. I'm sure there are places, but he probably doesn't speak another language. They could still look him up somehow. But if he makes money without paying taxes, he's gonna have the internal revenue just on his butt. And working without declaring that you're working, it's illegal. Working without filing an I-9 is illegal. Working without having the documents to pass a background check is illegal. So if that guy does anything illegal in that 5-year frame, he's gonna get life in prison, because the judge is going to have the concrete proof, like, hey, he had child molestation, he had a 5-year probation, and he did something illegal during that 5-year probation. So we're putting him in jail for life, or for like 50 years or something. Because right now they really don't have anything valid, concrete to put him in jail. But it's literally impossible to not commit anything illegal during that 5-year time frame. Otherwise, the dude is either gonna die in jail during that 90 days, or he's gonna die homeless because he doesn't work. I'm not even sure if he can renew his driver's license after that. So obviously he's gonna have to drive illegally. So the day he gets caught, he gets time for life in prison. So everyone wins down the road. So, but the fact that the judge put the dude in jail, I'm like so proud. Go Florida. Like, they could have just said like a penalty, like money penalty or something. But like, when you go to jail for child molestation, I don't want to say that I have like connections of people who went to jail or anything like that, but well, sort of. It's not necessarily people I hung out with. It's just cycling. Understand that cycling is a small world, and it's kind of hard to not be around everybody. And well, it was for somebody who did like death threats to somebody else, but the other dude had money, so he got the guy in jail, and he actually made friends there. But he told me, like, people who get beat up in jail, child molestation, pedophiles, the guys who rape women, like that kind of criminal, I mean, even said, I would be scared going to jail as that kind of criminal. Like, they get beat up. They don't, he's gonna have a rough time for that 90 days over there. So, and the guards, honestly, like, they kind of slack off because they don't feel bad either. They just kind of go like, oh, another fight. We're gonna have to go stop that fight. So that guy is gonna have a fun trip to get butt smashed in jail and beat up. So if he survives after that, don't really know what's gonna happen. But yeah, most likely the dude is done, and he didn't get life in jail. He got way worse than that. Because having life in jail, you don't need to wonder what you're gonna do when you get out and figure your own things out. You know that you're fed, you've got a roof on your head. You know they take care of you for like what, the rest of your life. You don't need to figure all that out. Now he's gonna have to figure all that out. And he's probably gonna go back too. And he's probably gonna get max as well. So that's just what I wanted to clarify with you guys. Because I know that it was like a lot of people were wondering why he wasn't getting life in prison. But this is why conclusion is because the judge really did not have enough concrete evidence to give him life in jail. And that would just be dangerous for the judge and also for the judge's life. Because sometimes, let's say you have cartel or certain groups that sometimes they decide to pick somebody as an example for, hey, this is what happens to you when you give sentences of life in prison when you don't have enough evidence. This is what happens. Boom, boom. So this is why Jan Rylet did not get life in prison. So now you know. Hopefully that just clarifies for a lot of people here, because I've seen thousands of comments and if you haven't seen her video, she actually got traumatized. But I just wanted to let anyone know who's actually a victim of that kind of crap, okay, that she shouldn't feel ashamed for what happened. She should be proud that it didn't go any further. She should be proud of herself for getting herself out of that situation. I know people who haven't been able to get out of that situation. There's somebody I know personally who actually died from a situation like that. So at a young age, like, she got herself out of the situation. She actually talked to people, and I'm just saying, guys, if there's any young kids who's gonna be watching that, okay, you're under 18. Just if you're under 18, you're watching that. Even if you're over 18, some guy did something to you that you didn't consent with. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Just, you don't have to be embarrassed. Always be proud that it didn't go further than that. And one of the reasons why the crew of feminists that I have to just put up with on a regular basis, just cycling journalists, let's say sports journalists, is that they always whine about like guys making sexist jokes, that it's like, you know how guys kind of just make fun of a situation, but like if you give it a second thought, they kind of think, oh yeah, maybe it was her fault against that chick, maybe I shouldn't have said that was kind of a dick move. Like, it's guys do that, it's like, don't take it personal kind of thing, but like they make such a big deal out of it. And then you hear like young girls like that who have like real situation worth making a case out of, that just don't get to be heard because all those journalists are like taking the lunch clout for them because they're older, and just the algorithm is set up that way. So that's just really what bothers me. So that's all. Yeah. So I'm gonna end this live right now if I can figure out how. Here. Yep.